Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis for big mega cap stocks. So, show your support by hitting that thumbs up button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, consider subscribing, and that means a lot to me. Now, if you want to get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, my analysis in 3 days of live trading, definitely check out the Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Apple stock, absolutely flat on the day, and what I said last night, watch right here, and this 5-day moving average will move up. And look at this magnetic support 193 came down, holding 5-day moving average, went back up and into closing, holding. Now 5-day moving average actually moved up even higher, close to 194. So that is why this thing's trading at 194.17, and almost came down to this gap, just needed one more dollar. So going into tomorrow's session, guys, Apple, it's kind of confused. You can see Apple wants to come down and fill this gap. It needs to get under now 194. And as soon as that happens, Apple can come down right here just below 192 to fill this gap down here. And then we also have strong support down here at 190, 188.24, 20-day and 13-day moving average. So that's going to be another huge level to watch on a pullback. And below that, Apple can come all the way down to this gap just under 183. But Apple can continue from here, 194. Then watch out for the breakout at 195. We got that today, but look at this. From 196.27 came back all the way down to 193. So Apple needs to break and hold 195. And above that, you're going to see Apple going all the way up to almost 198 and possibly even 200 to 202. We also have earnings coming on Apple, and that is next week. On Tesla, stock is down 12%, and the earnings from Tesla last night was horrible, and that is why this thing is down. Guidance was also poor because no growth in 2024, and you can see massive beat down. It's trading below lower Bollinger Band, sitting at 188.72, and look at the RSI 17, and that is why I have this thing right on my screen. And when was the last time you saw Tesla RSI down to 17? It was down here. That was back in when this thing came down to, I think, 100 or so right here. Yeah, that was right here. And now again back to that same level. Now also, yes, earnings are bad, but I think this is actually a great opportunity, and I actually bought more shares of Tesla today because all you have to do, hold a couple months. And I think what's going to happen, soon as we get a pullback on all the other mega caps, you're going to see Tesla going up. Now this 180 level, that's a strong level on Tesla, 180 to 176. Now with the RSI at 17, anytime we could see a relief rally on Tesla. Look at that sell-off, guys. It's been selling off for a long time. So insiders, smart money, they already knew that earnings, that's going to be really poor. And that is why a lot of people selling out right here. But guess what? I think that is a great opportunity to buy Tesla. And this thing can easily go back up to 250 again. Now, how long it's going to take? I think maybe with some good catalyst, just look for hammer candle. That's the only thing I can see. Look at the hammer candle, like it was right here. What happened? Huge pop. So look for a hammer candle and some catalyst, and hammer candle would be a nice reversal on Tesla. Look at this one right here also. This thing popped from 228, got up to, what was it, 265 or 64? And now that Tesla is down, and a lot of people are saying Tesla crashed, well, I think that is just a great opportunity to go long on Tesla. Yes, worst case scenario, we got some gaps to the downside on Tesla, and not to mention this gap here on top at 206 from today. Tesla can come down below 180 all the way down to this gap 162.95, and that is even better opportunity to go long on Tesla. Now let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section on Tesla. And I know, usually people, when they see something going down big, people actually run for the door, just like that airline a couple days ago. Spirit Airline came down to $4 within 2 days. 100% went back up to $9, and this is a big name, still $580 billion market cap. And at one point this thing was what was it, $1 trillion. So this is not something that is small. It's going to go out of business anytime soon. It just, they're having a bad time, like Boeing for an example. Same thing, right? I can give you another example. Look at Raytheon RTX. I actually bought last year. They also had a bad timing. Earnings, it was bad. What happened a couple months later? Not even 1 year, guys. I think I had 6 to 7 months. RTX exploded with earnings now. So just because they had a bad earnings does not mean that Tesla cannot recover and Tesla cannot move higher. All these mega caps getting really overbought. There's nothing out there you can buy. Everything is too high except this big name right here. And I think this thing will definitely, go back up to 250 to 300 again. And that is why that is a great opportunity to buy this dip at this level. Now, like I said, 180, that's going to be a big level to watch. And then 162, this gap. And also, like I said, look for hammer candle, or big bullish engulfing candle also on Tesla with some high volume. Not like today. I mean, you can see this is not a bullish looking candle. I'm talking about high volume like this, and then a hammer candle or a bullish engulfing candle like this one, and then we could see some follow through. And that is how you find a bottom on a stock like Tesla, and that is a great way to make money on Tesla. Now also, it's screaming oversold right now. So if there is any rally on Tesla, watch out for a move back up to, I would say, 190 to 194. And above that, watch out for 200. And once we get there, right here at 200, then we can talk about more upside and some more levels. But you guys have it right here on my screen. You can also see it. On Amazon stock, it's up 0.5%, and Amazon getting rejected at 158 again and coming down and holding above 5-day moving average 156. So we do have support here on Amazon 156 and 155, 152, and then 150. To the upside, as long as Amazon can hold above right here 155 to 156, the next stop 160 on Amazon. And here's my X account, and if you're on there, definitely give me a follow. It's totally free. I do not have any subscription or anything that you gotta go through, and you can check out all my trades, all my videos, my charts, and lots of other things, including plays like this one that I took this morning, just slightly above 184. And you can see right here 185, 186 put strike, and this came out early in the morning, guys, and then entered a small position, only 10 contracts, because it was expensive for February 16th. And then within just a couple minutes, you can see this thing dropped down to 179, and then later on dropped to 178. So this was a fantastic play. But this one was even better. This was from yesterday, and you can see 148 IWM was trading at 194, and I took some calls 200, and this morning it was above almost what was it, 198. So all these trade ideas and any help you need, and also if you want to support this channel, definitely check out the Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description. On Meta, it's up 0.63%. Now look at this dip, and we talked about it before. And this actually happened right at opening. 385.66 came down to where? 5-day moving average and previous all-time highs 384. Immediately we saw a bounce, and this thing from 385 got up to 395. So if you actually caught this move off of this support right here, you made a ton of money today here on Meta. And now it's trading at 393, holding 5-day moving average right here as a support. Now moving up, sitting at 387. So this is going to be a strong support to watch. But if you look at my screen right here, 390 also a level to watch. This is where we got rejected before. So 390 and 387, and then previous all-time highs 384, support to watch on Meta. And just below that we have this gap 376.85. Now Meta can continue above 5-day moving average, sitting at 387. The next stop 396, 400 to even 405. On Google stock, it's up 2.19% and a massive rally to the upside, and this thing went above and beyond. Not only hitting 152, got up to 155, and now trading at 153.64 at the closing, holding 152 as a support. So 152 can hold on Google, and I mean, it's just insane how these things are running. Far too overextended to the upside, but still running. And looks like 152 can hold. The next stop 155 to 156, and then maybe even 160 at some point next week. On a pullback, you want to watch 152, 150, 148.86, strong support and the gap right here. And just below that, we have this gap down here, just under 145. On AMD, it's up 1.14%, and not to toot my own horn, I've been calling it out here that AMD breaks above 164, that previous all-time highs, the next target 184, and finally AMD got up here at 184.92, hitting a fresh new all-time high. And guess what? This is where I entered puts on AMD 175, and then this thing came down, and I mean, look at this, guys, all the way down to 180 in the morning, and then 178, and now trading at 176, down almost 2%. So AMD definitely was a huge play today, but unfortunately, I didn't really go big on AMD. This thing came down, and now if you look at my screen going into tomorrow's session, 184, that's gonna be a huge resistance to watch on AMD. On a pullback, you wanna watch right here, 5-day moving average in this resistance right here. I mean, when this thing came up here, you can see 174 to 174.50. That was a big resistance right here where AMD got rejected with this red candle. And now 5-day moving average also moving up, sitting close to 184, and this thing will move up even more tomorrow. So on a pullback now, this is going to be a strong level to watch. I would say between 174 to 175. And below that, watch out for this gap just below 170, and that's going to be also a support. And then this support, previous all-time highs 164. But AMD can continue, then watch out for a move back up to 184. On Netflix is up 3.14%, so the rally continued today, and you can see this thing came down, but not that much. We opened at 551, came down to 548, so there was actually no dip on Netflix, and this thing again went all the way up to 563.46. And just like I said, guys, 564, it's pushing and pushing, and looks like soon as this Bollinger Band catches up right here, you're going to see a break above 564, and that should take Netflix all the way up to 600. And the way this thing is going, it's going for that all-time highs. Now on a pullback, now you can watch 536, and that is a long way down. I don't know if we're going to see that pullback, but if this thing looks like it wants to break out just above 564, and if that happens, again, you can see a lot of volume on it today, not like yesterday. So Netflix, I mean, it would be a nice pullback if this thing gets down to right here, 536 to 528. That would be a decent pullback for a dip buy to go long here, especially to play to the upside up to 600. And like I said last night, I don't think Netflix coming down here to fill this gap anytime soon, and you would be lucky to get a dip right here at 528. It's getting far too overextended, so yes, there is a pullback possible, but also keep that in mind. It's just pushing to break 564, and if that happens, and if you're a good chaser, yes, you can chase as long as you have a stop, and this thing can run all the way up to 600. On Nvidia stock, it's up 0.42%, so not even one day. Nvidia again, it's still green on the day. Yes, we got a pullback from the same level. On Nvidia stock, it's up 0.42%, so no matter what, Nvidia stock is green on the day. And you can see the drop again today, just like yesterday. Yesterday, I shorted right here. I made money on Nvidia, and today, unfortunately, I did not short Nvidia. I actually shorted AMD. And this thing from 627 today came down to 612. And now trading at 616. So going into tomorrow's session, look at this 5-day moving average. Now sitting at 604. If there is a pullback you want to watch, looks like it's finding some support around 612. And you know that this thing never went this higher. So it's kind of hard to see where things are going and where things are actually coming down and holding. So I think 612, that's going to be a level to watch. But the bigger level would be down here. 5-day moving average, 604. And then this gap just slightly under 600. But if this thing pushes now and takes out this high, 628, then watch out for a move. And you can see Bollinger Band expanded all the way up to 636, and this thing can definitely get up to 636 above 628. On Microsoft, it's up 0.57%, so another 0.5% and another fresh new all-time highs. And you can see why we got 407, upper Bollinger Band expanded up to 408. So that is why after hitting 407, we saw that pullback, and now it looks like it's coming down and came down to 402, and this is going to be a level to watch on a pullback. This gap down here just slightly under 400. So far it's just chopping in between 402 and 404. So here on Microsoft, going into tomorrow's session, and I said it before also, that above 400 this thing can run all the way up to 410. And look at this Bollinger Band also expanding, and that means one thing: if this thing can stay up above 400, you're going to see not only 408.60, 410 possible on Microsoft, and that means one thing: another fresh new all-time high. But also watch this candle. We got a doji indecision candle today here on Microsoft. So tomorrow, if this thing actually gets down to this gap, this is where you need to watch, because we haven't seen any pullback whatsoever on any one of these mega caps in last 3 months. We can easily get a pullback $10-15 down on the day, and I think that day is coming very soon, and it's going to happen. Things are just getting really frothy and overextended, and who would actually want to hold right here? There will be some profit taking at some point. So watch 400 gives up, then this thing can come down all the way down to 394, 390 this gap, and possibly retesting 20-day moving average at 384. And above 400, the next stop 410 on Microsoft. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great night, everybody.